Within the past few weeks, massive street demonstrations have rocked Iran. What began as protests against the rise in fuel prices have grown to calls for the downfall of the regime itself. But the Islamic Republic remains Israel's #1 enemy and a threat to the entire Middle East. Beginning in Tehran and spreading throughout Iran, demonstrators have flooded the streets with shouts of death to Iran's supreme leader Khamenei and down with the regime.
This regime is extremely harsh, is extremely brutal.
Shahzavar Karimzadeh, an Iranian-born economist from London, says the regime survives through brutality, but believes outside help could make it fall.
At the moment, we got to the point that this regime is towards the end of his life. And that's why there is a need really for the help from all democratic nations, democratic governments, to help the people in Iran to get rid of this regime.
Iran blames the U.S. for the demonstrations.
We consider the support they have given as interference in Iran's internal affairs and in line with their hostile policies and maximum pressure that American officials are pursuing.
Secretary of State Mike Pompeo responded.
The Iranian people are once again on the streets because of the regime's poor economic management. And instead of addressing their grievances, Tehran has responded with violence and by blaming those outside of the country. Courageous people of Iran who refuse to stay silent about 40 years of abuse by the ruling regime, I say simply this: the United States hears you, we support you, and we will continue to stand with you in your struggle for a brighter future for your people and for your great nation.
Despite its internal unrest, Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu warns Iran's military goals remain the same.
Iran's aggressions in our region and in front of us continues. We are taking all necessary steps to prevent Iran from settling here in the region. It also includes the activities needed to thwart deadly weapons transfers from Iran to Syria, whether by air or ground.
Israel not only faces growing Iranian threats next to the Golan Heights, but also from Lebanon by Iran's proxy Hezbollah. After Iran's recent attack against Saudi Arabia, the U.S. commander in the Middle East, General Kenneth McKenzie, issued this warning and said, "In my judgment, it is very possible that Iran will attack again." So while Iran fights internal dissent, it remains a menace in the region and may mean another showdown is looming in the Middle East.
Alpha.